Oh, that's probably because it ain't. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, hey, good morning, Paul Romero, with the Sell a House Wholesale Real Estate Training number. I think we're on 20. I don't have my notepad here because I was at the hospital. Rushed back here, starting up 4 minutes late. Not too bad. Doing pretty good. John's should be joining us here shortly. Let me just send him another quick invite here if you guys don't mind, and then we can get this thing rolling. There we go, another invite. All right, Johnny Boy should be joining us here any second. And whew, wow, yeah, kind of a rush this morning. So a lot of excitement going on. We got a couple of deals happening, which is really awesome. And I think uh, it's amazing, like I said, how this works because are you there, John? Not yet. Um, oh, there he is right there. So yeah, I was just saying that it's amazing how this works because we've been at this for 3 years and we've been developing our systems and we've been putting this business together and we've got systems in place now that are just making things happen for us. I mean, every which way we turn. I landed a deal. We're running this business in Phoenix, Arizona. 3 weeks ago, I landed a deal here in my hometown in Lake Tahoe just because, hey, word got out. I found out about something that was going on. I made a quick phone call. Boom, got a contract, got a property. And by the way, John, I talked with Jeff last night, and he's trying to close that deal tonight or Monday. So that might be something a little sooner than we anticipated. And then just like yesterday, or was it yesterday, day before, a couple days ago, whatever it was, John heads out in the morning and you know uh, talks with like 7 people on this day or whatever, and turns out that by the end of the day, the very first one that he talked to, we're getting a contract on that house. So this is just how it works. It takes a little while to get your system, get things going, but once you've got the ball rolling, um, it just it just starts piling upon you. I mean, you can't help but do right. And so, I mean, I just want to put that out there that you want to get started on this business, you want to get started doing this, it's going to take you a long time. Absolutely, it's going to take you a long time. Now, you might be that one in, I don't know, one in 1,000 people that just have a natural knack to just get out there and make this happen. But most likely you're not that person, and it's going to take you a long struggle to figure out a lot of things, try a lot of things, put a lot of things together, build your own systems, et cetera, and so on. And what we here are offering you with the Property Noodlers is to join our team and have all those systems in place ready for you to go and just get you started making money and let you learn all those other things as you go. And by doing that in reverse, I mean, it's going to fast track you to be able to actually be in the position that we're in right now in way shorter than 3+ years that it took us. So with that, I'm going to throw it over to John because I have not had a drink of water since 6 o'clock this morning, and I think I'm going to dry up and blow away here. And I got to go get a drink of water and maybe a couple other quick items really, really quick as well, too. So good morning, John.
Good morning, Paul. It's September 12th. It's Friday. Woo! Actually, I'm just as excited about Fridays as I am about every single day of the week. Because when you like what you do, when you love what you're doing, every single day is an adventure. Every single day is just another opportunity to go out there and do more of what you love. And what I love doing is being a property noodler and finding deals. As Paul said, this has actually been a pretty successful week for us. Monday, I had a list of about 7 people, and out of that list, I landed us a fantastic deal, which I'm going to get into here in a minute. And I also had the opportunity to make an offer the following day. Ladies considering it, my cash offer was a little bit low, so she rejected that. I discussed with her maybe doing something with seller finance terms, and she's open to it. So I'm building a little bit of rapport with her and getting her to trust me and what my company does. And hey, we might score ourselves a rental unit out of this deal. It's a free and clear home, and we have solutions and creative ways to engineer a transaction when our cash offers don't always work. One of the things I do want to talk about today, getting into a little expansion on what we talked about Monday and Wednesday, discussing the wealth file number 8 from the book Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, which basically states that a rich person, a successful person, promotes their value and they promote themselves, and poor and unsuccessful people think negatively about promoting their value and promoting themselves. That is very important for you to understand what we mean when we say that. Like, if you're going to be successful as a wholesaler or in any business for that matter, you have to be willing to get out there and talk to prospects. And that's basically, if I didn't have that program in my head to promote myself and our value, well, I probably never would have talked to that seller on Monday and had a great deal in place. And that's one of the things that we talked about. Me and Paul have another training call that we do in the morning, and we talked about failing big and failing faster, and learning to get over the fear of failure and actually embrace failure as a stepping stone, if you will, an opportunity to get an education. And if you're prospecting, because that's what we're doing, we're prospecting for deals, we're prospecting for the motivated seller. You're going to hear no, you're going to get rejected, sometimes in a negative way, sometimes in a positive way, but you can't be afraid of that. You've got to embrace it and just realize the more no's you hear, every time someone says no to me, I just go, hey, the next person's going to say yes, and it happens, and this works. So just wanted to kind of talk about or reiterate what we talked about this week with having the belief system that you have a value that's worth promoting in a product, service, and you yourself is worth promoting, and also that you have to get over your fear of failure. Everybody starting out in anything new is going to have a fear to fail, but you can't let that fear stop you. I'm going to toss it back to Paul because he probably has something a little bit to add here, and he was away from the computer for a minute. Paul, take it from there, and then I want to go back into why teaming up with people who have already been in this business for a number of years can help you reach success quicker, because of the do's and the don'ts and the expertise that we have to offer people.
No, absolutely. If this is something that you're looking at doing, I want you to, first of all, you got to ask yourself one question. How long have you been going through life trying to avoid the word no, or having to avoid failure? And have you been, living your life at all costs to avoid failure and to avoid hearing the word no in your life? And you know what? If you've been doing that, you've been going nowhere, because the only way to success is through failure and through the word no. That's the success lies on the other side of the no and failure field. And you've got to cross that. You've got to get through all those no's and all that failure if you want any success whatsoever. So if you've been avoiding it, you haven't even made one step towards success. So that's something that, I looked at that myself strongly. Boy, was I ever a person who was avoiding the word no, and avoiding failure, for 30 years. And I finally woke up one day and realized that, failure is over there on the other side of the no and failure field, and I got to go through this field to get there. So, like John was just saying, embracing failure in this business especially is huge. You're definitely gonna hear no from way more people than you get yes from, and you've got to get through those no's to get through those yeses. That's all there is to it. You're not gonna just be able to sit back and, you will. If this is all you do, if you just sit back and buy lists and send out letters, somebody's eventually going to call you and say, hey, I want you to buy my house. Eventually that will happen. But for the most part, Most of those people are going to be saying, no, I don't want to sell my house. Leave me alone. Um, so this is a big, this is and what John talked about, the having your belief system in place, that is what you need to get you through the no's and the failure. That's what you need to have 100% confidence in, is your belief system in what this is all about, that will allow you to embrace the fact that, you know what, I got to go out there and get a bunch of no's so I can get a couple of yeses. And that's just the way it is. And what gives you your belief system is having, the USP that we talked about, the unique selling proposition. So if you've got a way to present your business that is, you know, offering benefit to your potential clients or to your prospects, then that gives you a stronger belief system, which then allows you to embrace the no, which then allows you to achieve success. So it all ties in together. And so I just want to throw that in, John. So go ahead and I don't totally forgot what you said you wanted to get into. So go ahead and do it.
No, I wanted you to take it exactly where you did and just kind of give your take on getting over the fear of failure and failing big and failing fast. What I wanted to say is one of the benefits to partnering up with Paul and I, joining our team, is that we have already failed big, and we can help you to avoid some of our failures. And where was I going with this? We failed big and we failed fast. Here we are just a few years later, and we figured out a lot of things from doing a lot of things wrong. Now, the failures, in my eyes, and I'm sure in Paul's eyes, they're really not failures. They were learning experiences, and they pointed us in the right direction. But for most people that started out in wholesaling, and even people coming into the business now, and people that were in the business that were getting started when I got started, whom I've networked with, and even started slightly before Paul and I, have all quit by now. We're persistent mofos, if you will. Okay, we didn't give up, and I'm not going to sit here and say we've figured it all out. But here's the benefit of teaming up with Paul and I, is that we have been able, through years of failure, if you will, determine what a quality, qualified prospect seller lead is. So we've actually developed a system where we might, a year ago, we might have gone out and talked to 100 people and got 99 no's. When we go out and we talk to 100 people, we're probably narrowed it down to where we're getting, I'd say, 2 for every 20 yeses for every 100 no's, I'd say. Point being, my list on Monday was a list of 7 prospects. I reached out to 7 prospects, and I secured 1 deal. That's a great return.
How many times, John? How many times have you gone to a phone call list and made 10 phone calls and gotten an appointment to go look at a property?
Paul, I'm gonna pat myself on the back here. I never make it to 10 phone calls. It's usually within the first day.
I'm just saying. Pick up the phone, make 10 phone calls, and have an appointment to go see a property the next day and potentially get a contract.
Right. A lot of that does have to do with the fact that I'm comfortable on the phone and I know what to say. But even more than that, Paul and I, along with a silent partner who's feeding us leads that is just an incredible resource to us, we know who to call. We know who to reach out to. We're not gonna. You join our team, we're not gonna give you that generic absentee owner list, or let's go make some offers on the MLS to REOs. It's none of that. A lot of thought education and failures have gone into our ability to create a system where we're actually got vetted, quality, qualified leads.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to drive that point home. I'm going to turn it back to you, Paul, and let you kind of expand on that a little bit. And
I'm gonna drive that point home in dollar bills, okay? Because think about when we were first starting out, and we closed a couple of deals, thought we were kingpins of the wholesaling world, and then we went on a dry spell. But regardless, we made like $32,000 on two deals, about 8 months after we started our first two deals, and we thought, hey man, we're on our way, right? Well, guess what? The first thing we did was hire somebody to to try to systemize part of our system. I mean, we were looking at systemizing right from the very beginning, right? But so we hired somebody in the wrong way, which because that just came from not knowing, and we paid ourselves well from those two deals, but we still had a lot of money left over. I mean, we had what $16,000 left in the company to run this business. I mean, that's a lot of money. That was that's about 16 times more than we started with. To get these first two deals. So we were like, hey, this is, we've got it figured out. This is all we have to do. Let's get somebody to do all this grunt work that we've been doing. Let's, and these deals will just be rolling in, and this $16,000 will explode. Well, guess what happened? 3 months later, $16,000 was gone because we spent all the money, prospecting to, worthless leads. And eventually, the gal that we had hired left us, mainly because we couldn't give her full-time work because we ran out of money and we couldn't pay her any more than what we were using them for, and so she had to leave. And then through her leaving, we figured out that our process sucked and that our system sucked, that there was a lot of problems with it. There was a lot of things going wrong with it. And so, we got somebody else that was helping us, and they helped figure out some of these things. And so we made a lot of corrections. We were doing a lot of the stuff ourselves again. We made a lot of corrections, and we went back to it, and we were getting deals. We were getting enough deals to keep ourselves alive. Basically, is all we were doing. Just about the time we run out of money, we get a deal. And then we, and then so our system, was so we refined our system, cost us a little bit less, and basically what I'm getting at though is, I mean, we did that like 3 times, I think. We looked at our system, and it was costing us money, and we found some things that were wrong, and we changed things, and we did a better system, and we've refined this thing down now to where the system that we were spending, I think, how much was it a month, John? 5,000?
I think it was, we were spending about close to 5,000-6,000 a month in our marketing for the amount of deals that we're doing.
Yeah, 5,000-6,000 a month, and we cut that down to now where we're spending like $1,000 a month, if that, and probably less. And
I just want to point this out, Paul, because I recently did the numbers. Since we made the last change several months ago, I'm kind of the operations financial guy. It actually costs us now about $500 a month to do what $5,000 a month was doing for us.
Not to do what $5,000, because $5,000 a month was bringing us like a deal every month and a half or 2 months, and now $500 a month is bringing us like a deal, like 2 or 3 deals a month. So
right. but here's the caveat. That we were spending $5,000 to market and to go after one niche. We're going after that same niche with $500 a month, which means we have another $4,500 a month to market, and it's systemized. And for every, I'd say it averages out, for every $1,000 you spend on marketing, you should be getting at least one deal. We're able to do about 2 or 3 in one of our niches with $500. What are we doing with the other $4,500? Even if that only brings us another 4 or 5 deals a month. I mean, you see the power, people, of having the education and the knowledge and the experience to know how to spend your marketing dollars and is what is and what isn't a waste of time, and even, I don't know, I shouldn't say more importantly, because time is the most important thing in the world, but money. Time and money saved. Just going through failures, though. But if me and Paul were afraid to fail, we would never have even tried, and it was through those failures that we figured out what to do, how to do it.
Exactly. I mean, and we're not saying that we have it all figured out, right, by any means. There's
Not by no means.
still plenty more for us to figure out. But the thing, what we're trying to say here is this: you have two choices. You can start out on your own, spend your $5,000 a month, make your mistakes, work your way in, 3, 4 years. Take 8 months to land your first deal. Go 3, 4 years and get yourself whittled down to the point where you can do what we're doing right now, or you can flip the script and you can join our team and you can start right in the meat of, putting out $500 a month and landing a couple of deals a month, a deal, at least a deal a month figure, with $500 a month, you got to be getting at least a deal a month, and work your way back out towards figuring out all that other stuff that you had to figure out the other way around. So that's pretty much, that's the power behind being able to join someone's team. And you know what? I mean, let me rephrase. That's the power of being able to join our team, because nobody else is doing it this way. I mean, that's the bottom line. You can go join 100 other teams, and nobody's going to do it this way. Okay, we're the only ones that are doing it this way. Come on in, get the leads, get the hot stuff, get to the meat, get to the heart of this, figure it all out from there. Everybody else's program is all about this. Hey, here's how you do it. This is all the stuff. You need to do this, and this. Good luck. Call me when you got a deal. That's everybody else's program. Our program is, hey, do this right here, and you'll get a deal, and we'll show you how to figure out all that other stuff. So I mean, that's just, I mean, I don't know. If there was a person that was doing this when I started, I would have been all over it in a heartbeat. No questions asked. I mean, I was all over the other way as it was. I mean, I don't know how many programs you guys have bought, but I probably got $15,000 worth, if not more. Some I've thrown away. Some I still have on the bookshelf, but some I've literally just thrown away because they were that worthless. But yeah, I've spent the money on it. I spent big time money on it. I've dropped probably $25,000 into figuring this out. So, you can go that route, or you can go the other route, and we're not even charging. I mean, come on. Are we crazy, John?
Yeah, a little bit. That's why we're successful, though. Because we are crazy. Actually, the normal people, the average person who just follows the herd, by my definition, are the crazy ones. The ones that go against the grain are actually the sane ones. But by society standards, we're nut jobs. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, yeah. Hooray for the nut jobs.
Just to reiterate Paul's point, we don't. We're actually. Oh, we're just extending an invitation to people that want to get involved in wholesaling, learn the business from the inside out, jump into the meat of the sandwich. Oh, I think I lost Paul. I don't know. Jump into the meat of the sandwich. Basically, what you're going to get if you join our team is you're going to get a fast-tracked education, personalized, one-on-one, access to Paul and I pretty much 24/7. And what we're going to have you start out doing is working a list of leads, qualified, quality leads that we've spent the last couple of years refining a system for finding. We're the ones that are out there that are finding the needles in the haystack, and we have a system to find the needles in the haystack. And if you join our team, that's what you'll be getting. You'll be getting the needles in the haystack. You'll be getting the meat. You're going to be getting the motivated sellers that are going to be saying yes. So you
Yep.
don't have to spend years hearing all those no's.
I like the needle in the haystack thing. You know what? Instead of giving you, here's a big haystack and there's a couple of needles in there. Go find them, right? And here's a pitchfork to do it with. We're gonna be like, ours is more like, there's a big haystack. There's a couple of needles in there, and here's a super powered magnet. Go find them.
Yeah, here's a super powered magnet. And look at all the, let's stick it in the haystack and pull it out, and wow, holy crap, all the needles are stuck to it.
That's a good one. I like that.
We're finding the needles. All right, Paul. You know what? My computer is about to die. I'm on a remote location here.
Okay.
Great week. I'm just gonna say I'll see you back here on Monday, and why don't you wrap us up with the prayer? It's been 30 minutes, and let's get the heck out of here.
I'm just want to say, okay, I'm going to leave it on your face because you have the property noodlers at gmail.com up, and I want to make sure that everybody out there knows two things. Number one, that's where you need to go right now, property noodlers at gmail.com. Send us your why you want to do this, and perfect. And we'll bring you on board. Also, John was saying, we have the system in place, we have the leads and everything. That's specifically for the people that are here in the Phoenix market. But if you're not here in the Phoenix market, don't fret, because we don't have the leads where you're at, but we can tell you and teach you how you can get them. Okay, so we want everybody across the nation to join our team, not just here in the Phoenix market. It's going to be faster and easier for those here, but anybody anywhere, we will be able to show you exactly how to go get these, how to go find these needles in the haystack. So with that, we end it with how we always end our everything, with the Napoleon Hill prayer, which says, "O universe, we ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to make better use of the riches that I was given at birth, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I desire." All right, everybody, have a great week. Get out there and send us an email. I mean, what's wrong with you?